These old photographs you'll never find in textbooks, but they will completely change the way you see the past. On September 30, 1914, a French boy meets Indian soldiers who had just arrived in Marseille to fight alongside France and Britain in World War I. The soldiers' faces light up with a mix of curiosity and warmth at this unexpected encounter. This touching moment captures the global scale and human side of the Great War, reminding us about the diverse forces united against a common enemy. The presence of Indian troops in Europe often goes overlooked, but their contribution was crucial and deeply felt by local populations. This photo is a rare glimpse into cross-cultural connections forged amid the chaos of war.
Children play around a giant log house in Portland, 1938. Built in 1905, it was the largest log structure in the world at the time. Sadly, this architectural wonder was destroyed by fire in 1964. This photo captures a moment of childhood joy amid a remarkable piece of construction history. The massive log house symbolized early 20th century craftsmanship and the pioneering spirit of expanding American cities. Though it no longer stands, its memory lives on through images like this, reminding us of past ingenuity and community life.
A boy stands before a giant toppled statue of Lenin in Ethiopia, 1991. This photo was taken just after the fall of the country's communist regime and quickly became a powerful symbol marking the end of an era. The image captures a moment of historic change where the weight of ideological rule literally falls to the ground. It reflects not only political upheaval, but also the hopes and uncertainties of the Ethiopian people as they faced a new beginning. Such scenes of iconoclasm resonate worldwide as defining moments of transformation. A teenage couple shares a single milkshake with 2 straws at an American diner in the 1950s. This iconic image became a classic symbol of post-war American innocence and romance. The snapshot captures the youthful optimism and simple pleasures of the era, reflecting a time of economic boom and social stability. It evokes nostalgia for the innocence and charm of mid-century youth culture, where diners were key social hubs and courting rituals were sweet and lighthearted. A soldier with an M60 machine gun stands on the steps of the Capitol in April 1968. Troops were deployed to Washington, D.C. to suppress widespread riots that erupted following the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. This powerful image captures a moment of intense social unrest and military intervention during one of the most turbulent periods in American history. It reflects the deep divisions and struggles that shaped the civil rights movement and the nation's efforts to maintain order amid calls for justice and equality.
Italian migrant workers arrive in Germany in 1938, heading to agricultural jobs, while enthusiastically waving Nazi flags. This scene was a direct result of the Steel Pact, the alliance forged between Mussolini's Italy and Hitler's Germany. This photo captures the complex and often overlooked realities of labor migration under fascist regimes, where political alliances influenced the movement and loyalty of workers. It serves as a stark reminder of how ideology and economic needs intertwined during a turbulent period leading up to World War II.
A group of Ainu, the indigenous people of northern Japan, photographed in 1900 during the Meiji era. This image shows their traditional clothing, weapons, and thick beards, which they regarded as symbols of beauty and masculinity. The Ainu maintained a distinct culture, rich in craftsmanship, hunting, and unique social customs. Their beards were more than facial hair. They embodied ideals of strength and identity. This photo offers a rare glimpse into a society that preserved ancient ways amidst a rapidly modernizing Japan, capturing both resilience and heritage.
Billionaire Howard Hughes and film star Ginger Rogers at the Rainbow Room in the 1930s. Hughes, known for his numerous romances, was meeting Rogers at the peak of her fame.
This iconic image captures a fascinating moment where Hollywood glamour meets one of the most enigmatic figures of the era. Hughes was not only a producer and aviator, but also a man whose relentless quest for perfection and reclusive tendencies concealed a complex personal life. Rogers, at the peak of her career, embodied elegance and talent, making their encounter a shining example of 1930s celebrity culture. Terrifying melted mannequins in London, 1925. This is all that remained of the Madame Tussauds Museum exhibition after a catastrophic fire destroyed thousands of wax figures. The fire, which occurred on March 19, 1925, devastated much of the historic wax collection. Although many figures were lost, some molds survived, enabling future restoration efforts. This haunting image captures the fragility of art and history, reminding us how easily cultural treasures can be wiped away in moments of disaster. The museum has since rebuilt and remains one of London's most famous attractions, preserving the legacy of wax sculpting pioneered by Madame Tussaud herself.
Farmer William Dog stands ready with his rifle in 1938. He was one of thousands of Americans who believed Orson Welles' radio broadcast, The War of the Worlds, was a real invasion by Martians. This chilling image reflects the intense fear and confusion sparked by Welles' dramatization, which was presented as a series of urgent news bulletins. Despite later reports exaggerating the scale of panic, many listeners genuinely feared for their lives and believed the world was under attack. The broadcast remains a fascinating example of the power of media and the fragile nature of public perception in a pre-digital era.
German soldier Jakob Nacken, standing at 221 centimeters or 7'3", talks to a British corporal who was only 160 centimeters or 5'3" tall in 1944. Nacken, the tallest soldier in the Wehrmacht during World War II, had just surrendered near Calais, France, to Corporal Bob Roberts. Before the war, Nacken was a circus performer known as the Giant of the Rhine and was considered the tallest man in Germany. Despite his enormous height, which caused many daily challenges, he served bravely in a machine gun unit on the front lines. This striking image visually represents the contrast of human scale in war and highlights a rare moment of calm between opposing sides amid conflict. After the war, Nacken immigrated to the United States and became famous for his height, appearing in various shows and television programs before passing away at age 81.
18-year-old Kashia Thomas defends a man surrounded by an angry mob in 1996. The crowd was ready to tear him apart because of his Nazi tattoos, but this courageous girl stood in front of him, shielding him with her body and saving his life. This powerful image speaks volumes about bravery and compassion in the face of hatred and violence. Regardless of the man's controversial symbols, Kashia's actions showed humanity beyond prejudice and the strength it takes to stand up for another person. Her courage resonates as a timeless reminder that empathy can diffuse even the most volatile situations.
Racer Fred Marriott pilots the Stanley Rocket, a steam-powered car, in 1906. This remarkable vehicle set a world speed record by reaching 205 kilometers per hour, or 127.66 miles per hour, becoming the first automobile to break the 200 kilometer per hour barrier. This steam car's record held for an astonishing 103 years. The Stanley Rocket epitomized early automotive innovation, demonstrating the immense speed potential of steam engines. Despite the record, further attempts to surpass it ended in a dramatic crash, yet Marriott survived. As internal combustion engines advanced, steam cars gradually lost their edge, but the Stanley Rocket remained a legendary symbol of technological daring and engineering brilliance.